Pride Jedi, and today I just wanted to talk to you all about just dieting in general. Basically, how to lose 30 plus pounds with really without eating diet food. Um, and let me kind of start to explain, because I know probably because of this video I'm going to take a lot of grief from all the health and all the nutrition people out there. They're definitely going to probably give me grief. So first of all, let me kind of cover the fact that, look, what I'm going to talk about in this video, it doesn't mean it's necessarily the healthiest thing to do. And obviously, before you partake in anything in particular, you should always maybe discuss things with a physician or maybe even a professional. Kind of what I'm covering in this video is what works for me. And that's really all I can do, is just tell you my opinion, because it's not going to work for everyone. Again, you kind of have to find your own thing. Just to let you know a little bit, my wife and I, we've struggled with our weight off and on, and a lot of it, and I'll take the blame. A lot of it's my fault. I've sort of gotten us in a certain mentality as a couple, and when I first met my wife, she was a little bitty thing, and I put some weight on her. So, and we're both good cooks. So
I was 98 pounds.
Yeah, she was 98 pounds when I met her. So, but there was some times in our life that we had dieted and we had lost significant chunks of weight. Even at times, 40 plus pounds, and we had lost a lot of weight and had healthy lifestyles. So when people look at me right now and say, well, who's this fatty to tell me how to diet and do things? Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not up here preaching. I'm just telling you what I know and what works for me. The problem ultimately was following through and keeping that lifestyle. So again, I'm just going to share with you my secrets on whenever I do start working out and dieting, what helps me to lose weight, what helps me to get into that healthier eating. What I like to call transition diet. A lot of people, when they rush out there, like a lot of people are getting ready to do in January, they're going to rush out there, they're going to buy that DVD, they're going to go out, and they're going to, and a lot of those workout programs, they come with, diet plans. Well, one of the biggest problems I see is that, and even for myself, is that I'll go out there, my wife and I, and you go from eating all those fast foods and fatty foods and all those great tasting, yummy, delicious, foods that you love and are probably bad for you. Then you try to jump right into eating all these foods that, these lettuce wraps and these, different things, and they're not bad, but again, when you kind of jump off the deep end and you jump into that and you try to commit to that, it's really tough. So I really push for my wife and I to do a transition diet, and generally that is more of portioning. And of course, that's always the case. You should always portion, even when you're dieting, even with healthy foods, you should always look at portions. But again, it's something I stress very, very much to people, and I cannot stress it enough. You have to do some transition diet. I believe so. But for me, it works. And one of the things that I do is what I call the TV dinner diet. And it definitely works, and it helps. One of the things that you can do, and again, you don't have to do it. Again, I'm going to get a lot of flack from this. I'll probably see in the comments. You're going to get people talking about nutrition and a lot of bad things. So again, every diet's a little different. You've got to figure out what works for you. Also, if you have diabetes, that's a whole separate issue. My wife and I are not diabetic yet. So again, keep that in mind. But the TV dinner diet, basically for the first 30 days you start working out, you want to have a light breakfast, a light lunch, maybe a snack or two in between. And for dinner, where our problem really lies in dinner. A little bit lunch, but mainly dinner. Dinner is a big one for us. So when we first start dieting, we'll go out and we'll get a certain, couple of TV dinners like Marie Callender's Hungry Man. I hope I can say that. But like those right there, they give you a pretty decent amount of food, but the calories are usually around like 600 or something for the whole dinner, and it just helps to start getting your portions down. And then as you get to the end of the month, you can start, you can sort of transition into maybe some of your home cooking, or if you wasn't a big cook, maybe certain other meals that you would purchase. But again, always work on your portions, and usually your stomach will kind of shrink and your appetite will get a little less, and that will help as well. But it's just part of that good transition, I think. And a lot of people give grief about the preservatives and the sodium and all the things that are associated with TV dinners. So I understand it's not the healthiest thing, but again, we're talking about a transition, something you can go from that unhealthy way of life, then modifying it to where you're sort of working more on your portions first, maybe not so much the actual nutritional value, but then you can slowly work that in and work in some of those recipes, start working in some of those diet plans. So if you're like us and you have trouble just jumping right into the health food, and you're like, oh, I mean, think about it. When you go from regular soda to diet soda, like, if I mean, right off the bat, it can be a shock. Whole milk to skim milk, those type of things can be a real shock. But if you gradually do it, a lot of times it just makes things a lot easier. And I've noticed that when my wife and I diet, and as we make that transition, and as we start eating more and more foods, believe it or not, they do actually start tasting better. Certain types of bread, or if we eliminate bread, or certain types of things, they will start to taste a little better and better the more that you eat those things, and that you've steered away from junk food and those type of food items. So again, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk today a lot, because again, I've lost 40 plus pounds just on the transitional diet part, where it wasn't even so much eating the correct healthy foods. Okay, so all you dietitians and all you nutritionists out there that may be watching this, hey, that's fine. You want to help people, that's great. You can help us as well. When we make that transition, then by then it should be a lot easier to eat those healthier foods and have the perfect diet in that sense. So, and one last sort of section I want to talk about is going to be sort of the tools to use. There's all kinds of there's all kinds of things out there. And believe me, us fat people, we know about working out and dieting, because we had to hear constantly, people are always giving us advice. Hey, you should do this. Hey, you should do that. Yes. And why do they tell us that? Because they see us and they go, hey, this is a fat guy, he needs help. So believe me, we know a lot about dieting and working out. But just a couple tips from me. Personally, I like to use FitnessPal. It's a mobile app that you can utilize, I think, even on the computer. I love tracking all my foods. It tells me my calories and all that stuff. It's just a great app. You'll have to check it out. But also, it does work hand in hand with Record by Under Armour. They sort of own both now, but you can use Record to record your workout through your heartbeat sensor. I personally also like to use my Apple Watch that my wife got me recently, and I love it. It's just actually the stainless steel, but you can see she got me the Nike band and this right here. So, and even, I don't know if you can see this, but this here is the Record app. All I got to do is hit start, and I tell it what type of workout, which says I'm doing a workout video. So I can hit start. It's going to track all my heartbeat information, and it will automatically upload it right to my FitnessPal. It's going to go to my Record app. So it works hand in hand with all of that, and so it just saves me from having to transfer stuff, and it's just all one thing, one cohesive structure. So I love that. So get yourself an Apple Watch if you're not an Apple person. They also have some The heartbeat sensors, the Bluetooth ones, work really well. I was doing a Bluetooth heartbeat sensor recently. They strap around your chest, but it's very critical that you use those heartbeat sensors because that gives you at least a very good guesstimation of your calorie burns for your workouts. So track your calories, and find yourself a transition diet. Really, I mean, if you're struggling with portions, and that's usually the people's problems is portioning, focus on that. If you have to use TV dinners as a forced kind of portion and say, you know what, I'm having a TV dinner, and not to mention with FitnessPal, you can scan all your products, so it makes it easy just to scan that dinner. It goes right into your calorie information. So other than that, I think hopefully this video has kind of helped you guys. If you liked it, please click like, share this video with anybody that needs help, any groups, whatever. I really do hope this helps. Again, I don't want you all to be too critical out there. There's all kinds of diets, there's all kinds of things. You definitely have to find what works for you. But hey, again, pass this around, pass this video around, and subscribe to me. I love having support. The more people I have supporting me on this journey, the more it empowers me and the more it makes me want to work out and want to do better. That's part of what makes me tick. So again, you guys, come on, subscribe, pass it around. I would love to have you guys, and I cannot wait to see what things are going to happen in a year from now. And believe me, when I get there, we'll do some kind of montage of all the workouts and the weight loss, and I'd love to see the pounds shed off me. So I really can't wait, guys. So I thank you so much for your report. A couple quick shout outs real quick. I do want to say thank you to Tim McNabb. He's been a really good supporter of us since we reached out with him, and also the fitness group we're in, Driven for Fitness. So I appreciate you guys and all your support and even your comments that you're already making. So it's really, really awesome. And so far it's a good group of people. All right, guys, we'll see you later.